Hey there. Hope all is well with you today. So yesterday I came by and had a live conversation here on social media, really talking I specifically spoke about the fact that young girls are often abused by older men, predators, and as a result, they end up struggling with relationship issues, trust issues, abandonment issues, so many issues. And if we can just stop for a few moments to consider really where our responses come from when we are angry or disappointed or hurt, we would often find that we respond from the place of the age we were when our trauma actually happened. And so I'm Coach Duquesadine, and tonight I just really want to have this conversation with you about moving from fear or living in fear to actually living in freedom, to stop living in overwhelm and start living by taking ownership of your life, your dreams, and your goals. Because inside of you, there is a dream. Some of our dreams are hidden because so many of our experiences have been dumped on top of those dreams that we may not remember what our dreams are anymore. But every single individual has a desire, a goal, and a purpose. In reality, as human beings, we all experience moments in our lives where we feel stuck. I'm sure that you've been there because that place for me was about 17 years ago when I sat on my bathroom floor contemplating taking my life. I had a gallon of juice and a bottle of tablets ready to take my life because I was so stuck making the same decisions over and over and over again, following the same patterns over and over and over again, and using the same resources over and over and over again to get a different result, which is characterized as insanity. If we were to keep our conversation real, a lot of the way that we respond to other people, so a lot of the way that we interact with other people has to do with the examples that were set for us when we were younger. People do what they see, and children are so very impressionable. A lot of what we are doing in our lives today, as a result of the examples of people, whether good or bad, that we have had witness to. And so there are times when we may feel stuck in a job that no longer fulfills us because our parents were traditionally on these jobs for 30, 40, 50 years. We feel that that is what is supposed to happen. And so we go on a job and we sit in that job even though we are unhappy. We stay stuck in relationships that no longer serve us. And this could be love relationships or this could be platonic relationships. You know, some of those friendships that you have been questioning, you're actually questioning them for a reason. And I want to encourage you to think about and really sense and feel what your gut is telling you about some of the people that are influencing you, whether consciously or unconsciously. Many times we're stuck in love relationships because we are bound by ties. Some of us are bound by soul ties. It could be because the loving is good. It could be because they treat us good sometimes and then they treat us bad sometimes. And we're in this vicious cycle. We could be stuck in those relationships because we have this overwhelming desire to be loved, to be seen, to be accepted, and to be belong. And then we could generally just be stuck in life without any sense of purpose and direction. And usually, this is about the time when we have that quarter life crisis, when we start to question what's the purpose of life, when we start to think about the fact that we should be further along than we actually are, when we start to compare ourselves with other people, when these imaginary timelines come into play, because by a certain age, you should be college educated, you should be married, you should have children. And so, when those imaginary timelines come up that have been imposed by society, we feel as if we haven't done enough. Well, tonight I'm here to tell you that whatever the reason, feeling stuck can be an incredibly frustrating and demotivating experience. And if you've ever been at a place where you have felt stuck, just let me know in the comments that you were frustrated or you were demotivated. And so tonight, if you're looking for proven ways to get unstuck, then I want to let you know that your investment of a few moments in this live is an investment that I believe will yield lots of results. Let's talk about some more realities. Every single person on planet Earth faces setbacks, challenges, and tragedies. Period. Full stop. Boo. Many times we believe that what we are going through is isolated to just us. Many times we believe that no one else has had this experience or nobody else is going through this. But tonight, I want you to know, particularly women, that what we believe is isolated to just us is actually very common among us. A lot of women just do not talk about their experiences. And so that makes us feel as if we are isolated. And so, overcoming obstacles and achieving success is a journey that requires perseverance. Yes, life, no matter what age you are at the age of 20, at the age of 30, at the age of 40, at the age of 50, at the age of 60, life does not stop lifing. And so, it requires that we develop this skill called perseverance and that we're dedicated and having a willingness to learn and to grow. Um, every experience that we get in life is an experience that is designed to teach us something. No experience is wasted. So every experience that we get is teaching us something. And so as we face those experiences, it is super important to remember that the way we respond to those challenges is actually what determines our success. And I want you to know tonight that not responding is also a response because destinies and life trajectories are changed by decisions or the lack thereof. Now, one key to overcoming obstacles, my apologies, is to stay focused on your goals. When you encounter setbacks and challenges, just know that it doesn't mean that your goal is out of reach. And it's easy to get lost in disappointment and discouragement. But if you keep your mind set on your goal and remind yourself more of why that goal matters to you, it's easier to stay focused. What do I mean by that? Well, what is your goal anchored to? Goal setting is a very intentional activity, and often we take time to write down goals that we want to achieve. How far do we go, though, in really looking at what that goal is anchored to? Many women want to lose weight. If we set New Year's resolutions, oftentimes women say, hey, I want to lose weight. But what is your why? What is the reason? Do you want to be healthier? Are you looking for longevity of life? Are you looking to play with your grandchildren when you are 50, 60, 70 years of age? Do you want to be a strong businesswoman, vivacious, dominating society when you are 60, 70? Like, what is your why? Because the goal itself has to be attached to the why. Without the why, we lose focus. Another important factor in overcoming obstacles is to really seek out the support of other people. If you've heard me talk about my story before, you would know that 2 days after I got up off my bathroom floor after contemplating taking my life, a business executive volunteered to coach me. It was through his coaching that I was able to make different choices. It was by using the experiences of his life that I was able to make different decisions for mine. And so, working along with a mentor or just being a part of a community of like minded people or having friends who are stimulating, forward thinking, outside of the box are all ways that we can find to stay encouraged on our journey. I cannot share with you enough the importance of having a super supportive system. We need support in our lives, and that's why community is so important. Community allows us to learn from other people, to be encouraged by other people, to be chastised and held accountable by other people. We get valuable insights from others and different perspectives so that we can work through our challenges. Overcoming challenges, though, is not a one time situation. And if you watched my live yesterday, you would have heard me share that at particular points in arguments with my husband, I can actually visualize myself as a 13-year-old child going back to the place of my first trauma and responding from that place. And while we may heal from our circumstances, healing is not just a one time event. It's not just one and done, but it's an ongoing process. It requires that we continually inspect ourselves because there will always be new challenges, new opportunities for growth and learning. So it's important that we remain open and flexible in our approach if we want to move from fear to freedom. We have to be willing to embrace change and stay committed to our goals so that we can continue to grow and to achieve success over the long term. There is no microwave success. And we set ourselves up for disappointment, for discouragement, when we look for that quick microwave success. Success is something that is as a result of daily consistent action over time. And I want you to know tonight that as a woman, like woman to woman, tonight I want you to know that you are capable of achieving anything you set your mind to. Absolutely. If you believe that, type in the comments for me that you believe that. You are capable of achieving anything you set your mind to. Now, I'll say that sometimes it's pretty hard to stay motivated and inspired when we keep getting life situations knocking at us and obstacles being thrown our way. But we do have the capability. It doesn't take away the capability of being able to achieve anything we set our minds to. However, to achieve that thing requires us to take action. So, whether you're struggling with your job or whether you're struggling with challenges of the past, you may have perhaps had challenges with your childhood. You may have had situations where people broke your trust. You may be working on jobs that are sucking the life out of you. You may be in a relationship right now that you're questioning. You may be trying to lose weight. Whatever it is that you're trying to do, I want you to understand that you have the power to create the life that you want, and it takes changing your decisions. Now, you may be saying that the question you make it sound like it's so easy. Hi there, Ian. Thank you. You believe that, but you're a man. Well, this conversation is good for men too. So, as a coach specifically for women, I speak in the women tone, but this advice is good for any individual. And so it is super important for us to not lose sight of the fact that we are capable. But why do you think we feel stuck? Like, in your opinion, why do you think we get stuck in this rut? And there are a couple of answers that I'm looking for. So I'm hoping that maybe you have a few of those answers that you can drop in the comments for me as I get ready to share some of them with you. But why do we get stuck? And there are a number of reasons we get stuck. The first one that I want to share with you tonight is that fear is a big reason why we get stuck. And fear is simply false expectations appearing real, which means to combat fear, we have to change our expectations because it is false expectations appearing real. Fear is one of the most common reasons why we get stuck. We'd be afraid to change or to take risk or change our jobs or be fearful of the unknown. We may feel that if we leave this relationship, nobody else is going to love us. We may feel like we can't leave those toxic friendships because they give us a sense of belonging. And so we feel paralyzed. And that keeps us from moving forward in our lives. The second reason is a lack of clarity. We're not clear on what we want to do. And I dare say that the reason a lot of us are not clear about what we want to do is because we haven't taken the time to sit in reflection and in introspection. Here are some things that I want you to know. One, pain births perfect purpose. And so whatever pains you is an avenue to find your purpose. And that's something that you can get clarity on. It could be something like world hunger, and that means that you want people to have their basic needs met. So you're pained at the fact that people don't have food. So what are you going to do about it? It could be your pain because young children aren't being affirmed and love, and their self esteem and self value aren't being taught. And so it makes you feel anger that enough is not being done to support our children. So, what are you going to do about it? You may say, hey, um, I'm really pained at the fact that we have so many single family homes and we need to get back to the basics where we have the foundation of the family back intact. So, what are you going to do about it? Well, how are you going to advocate? What are the things that you're going to do? And so, pain can birth purpose. We need to look at the things that bring us pain and get clarity on how we can convert that. Because without a clear direction, it is super easy to feel lost and unsure of how to move forward. The next reason why we get stuck is because we feel overwhelmed. Listen, I want to put the two of my hands up right now because there have been times in my life when I felt so overwhelmed. As a divorced mom with two kids, I can tell you it was crazy. My ex-husband was super great at being a dad, and he helped so much that my son spent a lot of time with his dad, and that really helped with the mental trauma that comes with trying to balance two young kids and being a mom, getting up, getting breakfast, getting them dressed for school, getting them out social activities, child sick. I mean, it is just overwhelming. I want to commend every single mom right now because that is no easy task and it requires a supportive community. It takes a village to bring up a well rounded child. So, living in overwhelm is another reason why we get stuck. We just don't have time. We don't have time to inspect ourselves. We don't have time to think about what our dreams are. We don't have time to look at how we want to impact the world because we are stuck in reaction rather than being proactive because we have too many things on our plate that we're trying to juggle. It's just too many responsibilities, and it can be really difficult to determine where to start, how to start, and how to prioritize it. Because how do you prioritize when everything is a priority? The next reason we get stuck is because of lack of resources. Sometimes we believe we don't have the resources we need to move forward. And this could be financial resources, time, or support from others. And many dreams get stuck in the dream stage because we believe that we need money immediately to begin pursuing our dreams and our goals. We get stuck in perfectionism. Everything has to be right. I have to have all the supplies. Like if you want to open a cooking restaurant or if you want to offer lunch to people, you may believe that you need to get a whole list of equipment. However, one of the best ways to get started is to just start with what you have and build your resources along the way. If you're interested in opening a business, you can start by plotting, by planning, and creating the blueprint. That doesn't take resources. And as you begin to take action, God responds to your acts of faith, which is why the Bible says that faith without works is dead. And so, lack of resources can keep us feeling like um, our life is just too much. And then self doubt. This is the last thing that we're going to cover because self esteem is the single most important factor for success. And it is for this reason that our team transition mentoring program is working so super hard to help young children develop self esteem, personal character, social etiquette, leadership skills, because self esteem is what will make you walk in the room and be confident but not egotistical. Self esteem is what makes you know that you're great at what you're doing, but it doesn't mean that you're better than other people. Self esteem is that I can do it attitude. It's that something special about you that people can see, sense, and feel. And so when we don't believe in ourselves or in our abilities, it's hard to take action and make progress. And so being stuck in a situation where progress just seems impossible can be one of the most frustrating and demotivating, demoralizing experiences ever. And I've been there. And that is exactly what took me to my bathroom floor with that bottle of tablets and that gallon of juice. But the good news is it's 2023, guys, and I am still here today, which means that with a little guidance and with some perseverance, it is possible to overcome obstacles and achieve your goals. Is it easy? No, because the process is like pruning. However, when you're done with the process, you get the opportunity to shine bright like a diamond. That's me, shine bright like a diamond. But in order to do that, then you have to go through the process. So, how do you get unstuck? That may be a question that you're asking, and I want to give you just a few tips to help you do exactly that. The first thing is you have to identify the source of your stuckness. I may have even created a word there. The first step is to really identify what's causing you to be stuck. Is it because you are afraid, which is the fear factor? Is it because you lack clarity on what your purpose is, what you want to do, how you want to contribute to the world? Is it because you're balancing too many responsibilities and you're sitting in overwhelm? Is it because you believe you don't have sufficient resources, or is it because you really don't believe in yourself? Because once you know what's holding you back, you can then begin to develop strategies to overcome it. The second way that you can get past fear and into freedom or move from overwhelm into taking ownership of your life is to create a plan. Because once you've identified the source of your stuckness, it's important for you now to structure a plan to help you move forward. This involves setting small micro goals. This could be making sure that there's a proper timeline for those goals and then breaking those steps down as necessary so that you can take action. Because when our goals are too big, they again become overwhelming and we're not able to take action. So we need to take a plan. And when I talk about creating a plan, I often refer to the fact that the house that I live in and the structures that we live and work in every day were created from a plan. An architect drew on paper the client's vision and dreams, and then the contractor executed it. So we need to have a comprehensive plan for our lives because we are the contractor and God is the architect of our lives. And so once we are making sure that we understand what our purpose is, we can then create that plan. The third thing is understand your purpose. And to understand your purpose, I want to give you two quick things to do. First, I want to encourage you to find what you're passionate about. When you're passionate about something, trust me, you don't even feel the time. When you love doing something, like those people who like gaming, they can just game all night and don't feel the time because they enjoy it. It's easy, it's effortless. Or people that who are so happy in their jobs, they love doing what they're doing. They serve with excellence. They smile. They use your name. At the end of the day, they don't even want to go home because they love what they do. Passion is what will energize you. And so you want to find your passions and make sure that your passions and your values are aligned. What are your values as an individual? Because your values also help to determine your purpose. Who are you? What are the characteristics that make you you? And are those characteristics good enough to help you fulfill your purpose? And if they're not, how can you then begin to become a better person so that you can, with passion, fulfill the purpose that's been established for you? So setting realistic goals are super important. And when we set realistic goals and we put some passion behind those short-term and long-term goals, then transformation can begin to happen. However, transformation is a process. It is not a one-time event. The other thing I want to encourage you to do is to make sure that you surround yourself with a positive support system. Why is this necessary? Because simply the law of magnetism, John Maxwell's law of magnetism states that who we are is who we will attract. And so all you really have to do is look around who you are associating with to determine who you are. And as you look at your circle to determine who you are you liking what you see? Is your circle supportive? Are they your cheerleaders? Are they encouraging you to pursue your dreams or are they questioning your ability to do so? Are they motivating you? Are they jumping in to assist you? Like, what is your support system doing? And if they're not doing enough, I want to encourage you to build a better support system. Then I want to encourage you to adopt a growth mindset. When we're not growing, we're becoming stagnant. And anything stagnant gets stinks. Stink. So embrace a growth mindset by viewing challenges as opportunities. View failures as opportunities for growth and learning. We all fail. Most success is as a result of failure. So don't fear failure and don't try to be a perfectionist. Instead, embrace failure. Embrace being your authentic self. Make mistakes, but learn from those mistakes and stay curious and open to new experiences and new perspectives. Celebrate every single thing. That's my next step. Practice gratitude. Cultivate an attitude of gratitude by really just focusing on the good things in your life. When we focus on the things that are good, it makes us feel good. When we focus on the good things, we can shift our perspective. We can boost our moods. We can increase our overall sense of well being. And so, practicing gratitude can be something as simple as saying thank you to someone for something that they've done, saying thank you for a new day, by saying thank you that you have such a supportive family. Thank you for, like, find the good things in life and focus on them. Then I want to encourage you to take action because without action, we're going to stay in fear. The antidote for fear is action. Now, I've shared a lot of information with you tonight on how to move from fear to freedom. I've shared a lot of information with you on how to move from overwhelm to the place of taking ownership of your life. And I want to encourage you tonight to make a decision to do something with the information I've shared with you. Because there comes a time in our lives when we need to hold ourselves accountable and we need to push past some of the decisions that we've been making in the past to make new and better decisions. Because sometimes just one decision can change the course of our lives once and for all. So tonight, I want to encourage you to take action on what you've heard because feeling stuck is a common experience, but it doesn't have to be a permanent one. Tonight, if you are listening, or today, or whenever you're listening to this, if you feel like you're stuck in your journey in life, if your traumatic experiences of your past are holding you shackled, if broken relationships are causing you to feel unloved, unwanted, if you're looking for a sense of belonging, if you're struggling generally in life because you're not sure of what your purpose is and what your next step is, I want you to know that you're not alone. I want you to know that I've been there. I've been in some of the darkest places that you can ever imagine, dark enough to consider taking my life. But I've also been on mountaintop experiences where I've seen that once you change your mindset, once you take new actions, you can change the trajectory of your life and you can live a happy life. Today, I'm thrilled that I get to do the things that bring me joy. Today, I'm thrilled that if my son calls and say, "Mom, I'm not feeling well," I can jump on a plane and go to him and support him. If my daughter says, "Mom, I need some support," I can carve out time on my schedule to go and give her support. If my granddaughter needs to be picked up from school, I can hop in my car and go and pick her up. I'm so grateful that I get the opportunity to serve women, to serve them by helping them walk through the darkness into a bright light. I am so grateful for the opportunity I get to live in the world and shine my light. But this was only possible because I went through the process of transformation to become unstuck. We often choose to stay victims in our lives. We often believe that the circumstances of our lives are happening to us and we have no choice, that we must sit in routine living and just let things happen. And tonight, I want you to know that you have the power to create the life that you want to. You have to make the decisions that will change the trajectory of your life. You have to recognize that you are on routine living. You have to recognize that the pain of the past is holding you shackled. You have to recognize that the love that you desire, the things that you want are possible, but you have to heal you. And if that's you tonight, I want to encourage you to make use of a resource that I have available for you. It's called the Ultimate Unstuck Bundle. It is the Overwhelmed Ownership Masterclass, aligned accountability for consistency, how to handle hurdles with ease and stay focused, how to create big, bold goals, how to prepare for a rainy day by setting up a rainy day fund, how to create your success blueprint. What's the difference between fantasizers and dream builders? How to create your monthly goal setting calendar, a meditation audio, and also access to a supportive community. Now, this bundle is valued at $393, but I have had it on sale now for the entire year of 2022, continuing into 2023, simply because I want to help women transform their lives. Today's price is $27, and a $27 investment will get you a variety of tools and resources to design specifically to address many different aspects of your life, from mindset and self awareness exercises to career and relationship coaching. This guide has everything that you need to get unstuck and help you to create a life that aligns with your goals and values. I'm going to be dropping the link that you can use to get the Unstuck bundle in the comment section. But I want you to recognize my life as a testimony. And if you've not yet heard my story, I want to encourage you to check out the video in this link that I'm sharing now. I want you to check the video out, scroll down to the bottom of that page, check the video out that shares a little bit of my life. And it talks about getting from unstuck into a place of ownership and how one decision can take you towards your dream life. I am the receipt. I am proof that you can transform your life. And I want to share this principle or these principles with as many women as possible. So I encourage you tonight to click that link, check out what I've shared. A lot of it will be in this same link. You can review a lot of what I've said and more. And check out the Unstuck bundle and make the decision to invest in your future. I really hope that you do so that you can change the trajectory of your life and live your greatest, best ever life. Thank you to Ian Johnson. I appreciate you staying here with me for this entire 33 minutes. God bless you. God bless everyone else that's watching, whether live or on replay. And if you watch on replay, be sure to drop some comments and let me know your thoughts along the way. Take care, guys. And remember, I'm your sister rooting for you and here to help you along the journey. Coach DeQuesta out.